Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Making an Impact. It is 1:30 in the morning after I finished watching the episode, and I'm here to demonstrate our new layout. Hopefully this doesn't get us banned again, because YouTube liked blocking the videos I was posting, and the videos I was posting were hilarious and informative. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore for them. They don't like it because Anthem doesn't like it, so we got a workaround. Let's see if this works. If not, I don't know what we're going to do. So, with that being said, let's get into this week's show. So, we open up with a Rich Swann and Matt Seidel opening salvo. Little scrimmage, if you will. Little rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Was going all fine and dandy until some dude comes out and costs Rich Swann the victory, and Matt Seidel gets the win. Unique and whatnot. Didn't know who it was at first because we only saw his back, but then it turns around and it's Chandler Park. Wait, no, that's not right. It's all ego Ethan Page, and he's paired up with Matt Seidel, and we're gonna find more about them later. So that'll be interesting. Then we get some Scarlett Bordeaux making her entrance to the ring, and oh boy. Oh boy. I appreciate that dress. That's all I'll say about that. She's out to watch Eli Drake versus La Parka. Now, see, this is where things get a little complicated. It's reported that this is the WCW La Parka. But if that's the case, contractually speaking, this would be LA Park. Here's also where it gets a little bit. This La Parka looks like he has the body type of the other La Parka. But according to Cage Match, this is LA Park, the former WCW La Parka, who is no longer allowed to use the name La Parka. I don't know if this is the WCW La Parka or if this is the second La Parka, aka La Parka 2. But they bill him as La Parka. Everyone notes that he's the AAA WCW LA Park version. So we'll just run with that until we're told differently. Although I do have my suspicions. Eli's having some difficulties with him. Decent promo to start the match. But eventually La Parka grabs a chair and Eli Drake is like, well, fuck this noise. And gets disqualified. Cool to see LA Park or La Parka, one of the two. Not sure which one it is, LA Park or La Parka 2. But either way, it was cool to see him in an Impact ring. And can we get La Parka versus Pentagon, please? Please? Just pretty please. We then move on to the tag teamness. That is the LAX versus the OGs. The OGs take some vodka, they fuck with the titles, they spit in Conan's face. A lot of deplorableness, Not cool, not cool, King, not cool. They hold back from starting an international conflict. Good job for you. We then get Ethan Page and Matt Seidel cutting a promo. They challenge Rich Swann to a tag team match at Bound for Glory. Some wordplay happened here. Swann is supposed to pick any tag team partner he can find. It was implied that he would have to go off the roster. Maybe some Pac? Maybe some Adrian Neville? Hmm? 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 Who knows? Excuse me. I am a tired lad. We then get Joe Hendry making his new music video. It's Katrina and Murder Clown, although it's not really Murder Clown and Katrina. It's Katrina with a little fake Katrina face and clown pretending to be Murder Clown. Although all clowns are Murder Clowns, so it's an oxymoronic statement. Joe Hendry and Murder Clown have a solid match after Joe Hendry sings about Murder Clown not being her brother and how that's weird, or at least unexpected. Murder Clown eventually gets the win and then puts himself and Joe Hendry through a table. I wonder if this is building up to a Bound for Glory tag team match with Joe Hendry and Grado versus Katrina's team. We'll find out. We then get Moose called Eddie. Eddie shows up with Eric or whatever his name is. I think it's Eric. Maybe it's Derek. I don't remember. And he's like, "Stay there, buddy." And Moose has Alicia, and Alicia throws water in Moose's face, and then Eddie jumps on Moose. Killer Cross jumps Eddie, and those two are just hanging out and being all weird together. Eventually, though, the Edwards are able to leave, and Eddie phones Johnny Impact, tells him, "Hey, coast is clear. Go get your Austin." So that's exactly what happens. Austin then asks Johnny Impact in the ring, "Hey, who are you? Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, Johnny Survivor?" And I'm like, you know what? He's had a few names. That's not unfair. They actually cut one of their best sets of promos. Both of them did. I was highly impressed with it. Really got me interested in the feud. Not like severely interested. I can only get so hyped for Austin Aries, but I'm interested enough. So I think that's a good start. We then get a Brian Cage promo. La di da. I don't remember when this fitted in, so we're gonna just fit it in now. And it was the Global Wrestling Network flashback of the week, which was Sting versus Hulk Hogan from the 2011 event. I still attest that match should have ended the show, and that was part of the reason why Bobby Roode and Kurt Angle was so panned by the audience, because they were just tired at that point. And they didn't do anything during that match that made you think, yeah. We then get the Desi Hit Squad. They're backstage bitching about the fact that they had a tag team title opportunity, and they came up short. Gama Singh then shows up and says, "You guys are going to wrestle each other to find out who the weakest link is." He does not say goodbye. That kind of breaks my heart. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Killer Cross, when he was when he was choking out Eddie, he's like, "You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts." And if you remember, that was the line from Batman '89 when Bruce Wayne said that to the Joker. So, thumbs up to that. We then get Petey Williams and Trevor Lee and Jack Evans and Puma King, or Puma Prince, I think it's Puma King, all doing their best to, I don't say seduce, because she clearly has the power here, but to intrigue Scarlett Bordeaux to take them on as clients. I believe that was Jack Evans. I could be wrong, but it looks like Jack Evans. So I'm going to assume it is Jack Evans. Fun little segment there, but no one gets taken on as a client, so boo. We then get the Lucha Brothers cutting a promo on OVE. Solid stuff, if you like subtitles. Allie's best friend Kiera Hogan took on Su Yung. Don't really remember who won this match. Don't think it's important. I think it might have been Kiera. But what happened next was the Undead Brides and Su Yung try to put Allie in the coffin. Then Kiera Hogan makes the save. Then Kiera Hogan gets thrown in the coffin. And despite the fact that Allie could literally just lift the lid and pull her out, Allie has a nervous breakdown and is seen in the backstage saying that she's failed her and she doesn't know what to do and she only has one thing to do. So scary, spooky. We then get a promo. Taya Valkyrie providing promo work for the Tessa Blanchard title match at Bound for Glory. Should be interesting. I'm interested. I'm down. Let's find out what happens. Then we get OVE versus Brian Cage and the Lucha Brothers in a match that I can honestly say isn't much of a match. So, there's that. We also got a great fucking OVE bit where Jake, I think is who it is. I think it's Dave. Or I don't know which one it is. But he was yelling at them. And Sam's like, "Magic isn't real." And he's like, "Yes, it is. Magic is totally real." I thought it was fucking hilarious. That's why I put it as the intro. Overall, strong show. 3 good, 3 bad. 3 good for sure would be the OVE, Lucha Brothers, Brian Cage stuff. I thought that was really, really strong stuff. The Austin Aries, Johnny Impact promo. I also find it hilarious that they put Austin Aries spits venom at Johnny Impact on the mic for one of their videos, and they they capitalized venom. I thought that was kind of a cheeky thing to do. And then I'm gonna go with we'll go with Joe Hendry versus Murder Clown, because Joe Hendry is quickly becoming one of my favorite things about this company. So why the fuck not? 3 bad, though. We do have some that aren't great. The alley stuff, so melodramatic. The Desi Hit Squad seem to be going nowhere, so they definitely get the second slot on this list. And thirdly, I was super disappointed that we only got so much with La Parka, or LA Park, with Eli Drake. So because it was short and not as interesting as it could have been, I'm gonna go with that. I hope you like our new monkey intro. Not much just intro, but general monkeyness. You know, he's going to be providing, hopefully, a buffer. At the very least, he's going to be providing some interesting, not observations, but some interesting opticals. That's what I was looking for. So be sure you give the chimp some love. He is from our comic. It's called The Wrestling Misadventures of Mixed Martial Monkey and El Ninja O. This is the titular mixed martial monkey and our future new logo guy. We're gonna work on a new logo here eventually. So, yep. I think that's all I got for this week. I wanted to end this kind of more on an interesting note. We now have 9 tag teams in Impact Wrestling that kind of came out of the blue. You know, just looking at this, I was kind of shocked. Apologies for the shit graphic. I'll do better next week. I'm just trying to get my feet underneath me on this. We have LAX, the OGs, the OVE, the Lucha Brothers, Joe Hendry and Grotto, Falabon KM, the Desi Hit Squad, Ethan Page and Matt Seidel now, and Rich Swann and a mystery partner. And those are in order in how I deem these tag teams. LAX is number 1, obviously, because they're the champs. OGs are number 2 because they are the second runner-ups, and the not second runner-ups, first runner-ups, and the tag team number 1 contenders. OVE and the Lucha Brothers are constantly trading wins, but right now I'd give the advantage to OVE because they are former tag team champions in Impact, while Lucha Brothers are not. Joe Hendry and Grado get the 5th slot because they have cohesion, and they aren't just coming off of a giant loss. Falaba and Cam come in at 6 because Ba and Cam have both been quote-unquote injured in the last few months at the hands of Killer Cross and Moose. I forgot to add Killer Cross and Moose. Well, they're not an officially tag team yet, so I feel like I'm safe on that one. Then we have Desi Hit Squad. Of the established tag teams are last because they just lost the tag team title opportunity, the number 1 contendership, and usually that means they go to the back of the line. Ethan Page and Matt Sydal get the 8th slot because they actually have a tag team. And Rich Swann is there in last because he hasn't formally introduced his tag team partner yet for Bound for Glory. So there's that. I do expect Moose and Cross to be a tag team, and I would not be surprised if they're the ones who defeat LAX with the tag team titles. So next time we do this, we might have a little bit of an updated kind of a lineup. Also, I wanted to touch on this. There are rumors circulating that come Bound for Glory, we could see some names. And last year we had Sami Callihan, Jimmy Jacobs, and I thought there was one more. Maybe there wasn't. But we had some names debut at last year's Bound for Glory. I expect that to be the same for this year. I'm not sure how they're going to go about this or with whom, but I do believe that, you know, if you see the graphic right now, I do believe that Davey Richards and David Arquette could be at Bound for Glory. Arquette is working with Border Championship Wrestling on one of their anniversary shows, I believe, and Davey has been tied to return in 2019 for some time now. And Eddie is a big proponent of his. They're best friends. I would believe that Davey would be open to giving this new regime a shot, considering all the names they brought in, like Brian Cage and Pentagon and Phoenix. So I could see him coming in. Plus, they're really setting up this idea of Eddie being on his own, and what better storyline to wrap into that than the return and the reunion of the Wolves against Moose and Killer Cross. I think that would be a great tag team feud and would be a great way to introduce Davey. These are just rumors I'm hearing. I have no way of believing one way or another if they're happening. Next week, we're going to break down all of Bound for Glory in the back half of the show. Plus, we're going to talk a little bit at the NWA 70th anniversary show, which is turning out really nicely. So what I want you guys to do is like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. But also, if you comment, let me know if you want to see Davey Richards or David Arquette at Bound for Glory. More specifically, if you don't, who would you like to see at Bound for Glory? Because I'm expecting some debuts. You know, in 16 we got Cody and Brandy. In 17 we got, you know, Jimmy Jacobs and Sami Callihan, and those two really changed the direction of the company in its essence. So those are some big names. What would you like to see at Bound for Glory in terms of debuts or returns? Let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back next week for more Making an Impact, and we're going to follow the Botchamania formula and put all our funny videos at the end because reasons. So you guys have a good night. Be sure to check out the website at realnerdcorp.com. Check us out on Twitter at NERDCORP. We're also on we're also on Instagram at realnerdcorp. We're on Mixlr.com/nerdcorp. We're on the iTunes by searching Nerdcorp. We're on Podbeam at realnerdcorp.podbeam.com. iTunes and Podbeam are where you can download all the shows from the week before. All the shows are down below as well. SportsCorp, we talked about all 30 NBA teams and their preseason expectations for this year with expected win totals and the like. We also talked about Pac's return to Dragon Gate on Tuesday. For WrestleCorp, on WrestleCorp Review, we talked about episodes, I think it's 30 and 31 or 31 and 32. It's the debut of Sandman on NWA TNA in 2003 and the debut of Vader, respectively, so go check that out if you want to hear our reviews of those shows. Then we also talked about... What did we talk about last night? Hocus Pocus, because it's Halloween, so we're doing Halloween reviews. We talked a little about My Hero Academia. The Bakugo Midoriya Showdown was last Saturday, so we talked about that. We also talked about Infinity Crisis, because that was our comic review for this week, our poll list, and some news. So be sure to check that out. And, of course, later tonight is the Ohio Guys podcast on twitch.tv/RealNerdCorp at 10, 11-ish. Check Twitter and stay abreast when we're going live with that. So thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're done for the day. You guys have a good one. And remember to watch more wrestling.
Swing your partner around and